going on? Gunners Alive, coming at you with another Clash Royale video here on my channel. I'm going to be showing you guys my sneak attack deck that I've been using lately. So basically I have the Goblin Barrel, the Miner, and I use both cards at the same time in order to attack one of my opponent's towers. If I do have the Raid spell in my hand at the time, I will drop it just to give the troops that extra boost as far as damage goes. But I'm going to be showing you guys 3 games right here, right now. I'm just going to let you know the third one is the best. So if you want to go ahead and skip to the end to watch the third battle, go ahead and do that. But all 3 battles I'm going to be using this sneak attack deck that I have. So you can see I already have the Miner in my hand. The Hog Rider as well is my favorite part of the game, so I went ahead and rocked it as well. Still haven't unlocked any more legendaries. All I have is the Miner and the Ice Wizard. You saw my opponent right there had the Inferno Dragon. Anyways, at this point in the battle, I've done a little bit of damage to my opponent's left tower. They haven't hit me until right now, and it's because I accidentally dropped one of my cards incorrectly a few moments ago, and my opponent made me pay. They took out my left tower very quickly with the skeleton army and the minion horde. It's all good though, even though my king tower has taken some damage at this point. I will come back and I will get the win. So you see my deck right now. I have the Goblin Barrel and also the Miner. So I have my sneak attack cards ready. My opponent, they went ahead and they dropped down that Fire Spirit spawner, so I went ahead and dropped down my Miner along with my Goblin Barrel, and you can see them doing work on that right tower. Like, this deck is so strong. I nearly took the tower out. It's not quite been destroyed yet, but I'll just go ahead and take it out here in a moment as the battle progresses. My opponents are going to drop down the Inferno Tower once again. I didn't let the Inferno Tower do a lot of damage to my towers, or pardon me, I didn't let the Inferno Dragon do a whole lot of damage to my towers. I was able to take it out pretty quick. I've learned how to play against it as I've played more and more Clash, and it really does not do any damage to my towers anymore. I'm just able to drop either goblins or maybe drop down my Valkyrie, and then they'll just tank, basically meaning that they eat the shots. Anyways, at this point I'm pushing down the left lane with my Miner and a Hog Rider, and then I go ahead and shoot my Goblin Barrel over to the right lane. Unfortunately, my sneak attack cards didn't really work out right there, and if you're looking at the battlefield right now, you're probably thinking that I'm going to get taken out. At least my right tower is going to get taken out. So I was able to play some good defense. You see the Inferno Dragons actually attacking my tower quite a bit. It didn't take it out though, so that's good for me. I'm going to shoot my Goblin Barrel to my opponent's side of the map, and bang, sneak attack works. I take out that right tower. I go ahead, drop the Miner down on the left tower. It's going to do a little bit of damage. Now all I have to do is drop down the Hog Rider and boom, clean up the tower for the 2-1 victory. Your boy Gunners Alive gets the win after losing a tower very early on in the battle. So the sneak attack cards work, and you saw me get the win. Moving on to the second battle here in this video. I'm going to start off by shooting the Goblin Barrel towards my opponent's left tower. I know that they dropped the Witch, which cost 5 elixir, and then they actually dropped down a Dark Prince as well. They had the Fire Spirit. I dropped the Valkyrie in order to take out the Witch and the Fire Spirit, so I do have that one minion pushing behind the Valkyrie. Unfortunately, it gets taken out. My Hog Rider's getting taken out. My Spear Goblin's going to get taken out. It's all good. I did a little bit of damage with that Goblin Barrel at the start of the match to my opponent's left tower, but at this point, not a whole lot has happened. Not a whole lot has gone down. You see my towers, they're still relatively strong. So at this point in my mind, I'm like, which cards do I want to use? I have my sneak attack card in my deck. Let me go ahead and drop down this Wizard in order to get it out of my deck so I can get this minion horde, and we'll see what my opponent does. So they end up dropping down the Witch once again. I'm expecting the Dark Prince to get dropped, but actually it's just a regular Prince. I'm like, okay, this right tower of mine is probably going to get taken out. Let me go ahead and try to go push my own down this left lane. I have my sneak attack Miner pushing along with some minions. I go ahead and drop a Rage spell, and these cards went ham. They took out that left tower, and then watch how much damage they're actually going to do to my opponent's King Tower. Like, I honestly was so surprised that I got the King Tower down below half health. I didn't want to stop the attack, that's why I shot the Goblin Barrel across the map. Those cards did get taken out pretty quick, did a little bit more damage to my opponent's King Tower. At this point though, all I got to do is make some sort of push, and I will get the 3-crown victory. My opponent, they're splitting the map now. They have troops on the left, troops on the right. I'm not sure what spell they dropped right there, maybe that's like a freeze spell or slow down spell or something like that, because this was the first match that I've ever actually gone up against it. Anyways, at this point I have the Miner and Hog Rider being propelled, or being strengthened, I guess, with the Rage spell. They're going to do damage boost against that King Tower, and your boy gets the win. Moving on to the third and final battle of the video. You see my opponent, they shot a Goblin Barrel and then they geared it. So they actually had a sneak attack of their own against me, starting off quickly off the rip. And then I'm going to go ahead and bounce my own sneak attack back over to their side of the battlefield. I have the Miner along with the Goblin Barrel and then the Rage spell. So I clearly won the beginning of this match. You can see my opponent's left tower is so weak, and then you got to keep in mind that they did have that tornado spell, which can draw in some of my troops later on in the match. If it's goblins, you know they may get taken out, or at least they'll at least be very, very weak. Same goes for the minions that I do have in my Yosef deck. So at this point, I haven't seen all my opponent's cards. They actually go ahead and drop down the giant skeleton. I didn't have my Valkyrie that I could drop on the opposite side of the skeleton in order to turn it around, so it's going to do minimal damage to my left tower at this point. I just went ahead and pushed down the right lane, took out my opponent's tower pretty easy right there. That wasn't a sneak attack, it was just a straight up I'm coming for this tower and I'm going to take it out attack. So I go ahead and drop down the Valkyrie. Now she is pushing down the left lane. I want her to do a little bit of damage to this left tower, and as you can see, she does get off a twirl. That tower is going to fall at any moment. You know, I can really just take it out whenever I want. So do I take it out first and then do I go for the King Tower, or do I just attack the King Tower? As you can see, I go ahead and shoot my Goblin Barrel across the map with my Miners as well. Sneak attack doing work, and then the Wizard, luckily it locked onto the tower instead of the giant skeleton. So the opponent's King Tower is down to about half health. So my opponent, they go ahead and shoot their Goblin Barrel across the map. I'm ready for it. I can counter it by dropping down the 3 minions. Now it looks like this giant skeleton is going to do damage to my tower with that giant bomb, and it does. So just like that, somehow my opponent has tied up this match 2 towers to 2 towers. You know, I laid off a little there for a minute, and I should have just kept going for that King Tower. Like, I started to play a little bit defensive, and it didn't pay off because you can see I did lose 2 towers. So now my opponent, they have a strong push. They have the giant skeleton, they have goblins, they had skeletons on the ground. They shoot a Goblin Barrel across the map. I'm like, dude, I gotta get on offense. Like, this defense is not working for me at all. At this point, you know, the battle is basically tied. I do have a Valkyrie down on the field, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop down my Hog Rider, and then I send my Miner across the map, and along with the Goblin Barrel, the Miner and the Rage spell and the Goblin Barrel, the sneak attack works. I get the 3-crown victory, and that was a close match that I almost blew. That's going to do it for this video though. Try out the sneak attack deck. Let me know what you think. I personally really like using it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. New videos every single day here on my channel. I'm doing this live. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the long live stream later tonight or another video.
Maybe you should just leave, just leave, just leave.